A disruption of hypercompetition.
Given the presence of SCA at the core of the two primary theories of strategic management, it should come as no surprise that the reaction to Daveni's 1994 book 11 was not nearly as positive in the academic community as it was among working managers. One of Daveni's fundamental arguments about the effects of hypercompetition was that it makes sustaining competitive advantages increasingly difficult, if not impossible. Therefore, firms and managers needed to be more adaptable and learn to both disrupt other firms' advantages and also to concatenate shorter-term competitive advantages of their own together if they wanted to maintain higher levels of profits and economic performance over time. Proponents of SCA disagreed, such as Porter, who said in many industries, however, what some call hypercompetition is a self-inflicted wound, not the inevitable outcome of a changing paradigm of competition 1-2, and went on to argue that it is likely limited to only some firms in high-technology industries. Shortly after publication of his book, Daveni served as a guest editor at Organization Science, a well-respected management scholarly journal, for 2 special issues that focused on new organizational forms and strategies for managing in hyper-competitive environments. 13. The lead article in the first issue was a large-scale empirical study by Thomas, 14, who found evidence of a hyper-competitive shift in 200 manufacturing industries during the period from 1958 to 1991. This was expanded in a later more comprehensive study to cover 1950 to 200,215. Other empirical articles in the first special issue found evidence consistent with hypercompetition in the software industry. 16 showed processes by which 10 divisions of a large multinational high-tech company dealt with hypercompetition. 17 examined diversification of semiconductor startups. 18 looked at hypercompetitive new product introductions in the Japanese beer industry. 19 studied hypercompetitive escalation and de-escalation in the U.S. airline industry. 20 and modeled concatenating advantages, eating your own lunch before someone else does. 21 The second special issue focused on theoretical extensions to existing theories to try to accommodate hypercompetition, including flexibility and adaptation. 22 Organizational capability as knowledge integration. 23 Strategic flexibility. 24 Vertical integration and rapid response. 25 Regional learning network organizations. 26 Social networks, learning and flexibility. 27 And ended with an interesting and far-ranging discussion of spontaneous organizational reconfiguration based on Xenophon's Anabasis. 28 These special issues demonstrate that some management scholars did perform research to find empirical evidence of hypercompetition, or extend existing theories to accommodate it. Other scholars sought evidence to try to refute it. 29 For an overview of the main theoretical and empirical arguments on both sides, as well as a study offering considerable empirical support to the concept of hypercompetition, see the 2005 Strategic Management Journal article by Wiggins and Rueffle, 30, which not only covers most of the hypercompetition arguments, but also summarizes much of the related extensive literature on the persistence of economic performance. Although strategic management scholars may have been somewhat resistant to the idea of hypercompetition, scholars in the wider field of general management and other related business fields realized that if the predictions of hypercompetition were true, then their research and prescriptions needed to adapt. This led to articles on the effects of hypercompetition on a wide range of subjects including relationship marketing, 31 managerial cognition, 32 financial services, 33 enterprise integration, 34 project management, 35 change management, 36 adaptive supply chains, 37 and managerial mindsets. 38